Earthquakes will not wait for everyone to be at home for, when it happens. So the most important thing really is to have a plan. One, who will call who when something happens. If the calls don't go through, be sure to use text, because text messaging actually goes through when all the phone lines are busy. And if all else fails, then you have to have a plan. For instance, if your child is in school, who is the person that's going to go to school? So you have to have a plan and talk about it, and then make sure you reinforce it every now and then, because you might make a plan now, and then a year from now, or when the disaster happens, you don't realize, you forget everything that you talked about. So you always have to practice the plan. But for me, one of the most important things is, of course, the first aid kit. I think I mentioned before that it has to be also personalized. For me, I feel like it's the kind of injuries for, let's say, a big earthquake that we'll run into is cuts, bruises, bleeding. So my first aid kit is basically geared towards that. So it's basically here just to stop the bleeding. It's a lot of gauze padding, and a lot of betadine, gauze pads, elastic bandages. And if the bleeding is severe, I also have a tourniquet here to stop arterial bleeding. I'd probably just rely on stopping the bleeding. I wouldn't know how to treat any internal injuries, and I'm hoping that if we stop the bleeding, we get them to a hospital, and they can treat all the serious stuff there. Probably first check if you're physically hurt or not, if there's some kind of bleeding that you need to take care of immediately. Obviously, the very first thing is don't panic. I'll have my whistle with me so I can try and signal people that I'm here and I'm alive. So just basically use common sense, but best to probably pull aside. I have seen a lot of people start to take videos during an earthquake, because you see that in YouTube, which to me, the time it takes you to pull out your cell phone and pull out your camera and start it is probably better used to get yourself into safety first, and then maybe you want to do that.